Alright, welcome to this video. In this video, I want to review some websites, give as much value as possible, and just give business owners some tips. So, first one that we're going to be reviewing is called Single Oak Renovation. So, first thing I see is I'm just going to act basically just like how your customer is going to come to your website. So they're going to click on your website. Typically, it's going to start from a Google search. They'll Google search. So, I mean, if we're going to be doing this from the point of view of the customer, they're going to go to Google and most likely they're going to search in, renovation services near me, or they're going to search like usually a specific stuff, like, so if they're in need of like a kitchen renovation, a bathroom renovation, then they're gonna search that up and it's gonna basically pop up in this case that. So overall, looking from their Google My Business, they have 12 reviews, 5 stars, not bad. I would say maybe get more reviews. Try to get more reviews. Send your or send your past customers. Maybe send them your Google review. Tell them, hey, if you like the service we provided, give us a review. And I would say maybe add a description. Telling them your services, your one-liner, offers, services that you have. And all right, now let's go to the website. All right, so what I see first thing is and what is really missing is they have nice beautiful pictures of, I believe, maybe some work they have done or stuff like that, but they're missing what we call a one-liner, and it's missing somewhere around here. And this one-liner is basically gonna quickly tell the person that comes to your website what you do, what service you do, where you do it, and it could be simple as we are the best kitchen renovation. So it's gonna be specific. We are the best kitchen renovation. We're the best, whatever. And then, so you want to probably put like, we do kitchen and then wherever you service. So realistically, most contractors stay within their area, within like 30, 50 mile radius of their area. In order to be profit, you go far, more money you have to spend, so like that. You stay within the area. So next thing I see is that I see a lot of mistakes like this happen with a lot of contractors where they have a lot of services: new construction, renovation, property management. We do this, we do that, we do everything. It becomes a problem. What I simply recommend is focus on one service or two, the one that pays you the most money, the one that you like the most, and it really helps you and helps your team, people that you work with. You basically make everything simple. So let's say, for example, when you have a lot of services, you need different equipment. You need to train your personnel in different different trainings. So it just becomes like a lot of things. But when you have like one or two services, you could keep the same equipment. You could train people faster, so have stuff more consistent. usually what we see is that it's usually the businesses are like usually one or two, three, and the owner basically knows how to do everything. So that's where they're like, oh, we know how to do everything. But the problem is, what if that person gets sick? What if you get sick, and your team doesn't know how to build a whole house or doesn't know how to build certain things? So it's just easier to choose one service, the one that makes you the most money, the one that you like, the one that people keep requesting the most, and then you could specifically market what products. And this all gets easier when you start. It helps you when you start running ads and stuff like that. So ideally, you want to focus on one service or two, and then one of the things I see here also is typically you want to have a call to action. So right here, call to action. Basically, that's where you're going to tell them to either call you, book an appointment now, fill out this form, and it's really gonna, it basically, you'll choose that to determine how you run your business. Like if you're busy all the time, you're a one person show, maybe filling out form might be beneficial to you. So if you have a team, maybe you want them to call because it's easier. Whatever is really works for you, but you need to have a call to action. Like people want to work with you, but you don't tell them what to do. You don't tell them what to do, they're just gonna go somewhere else. They're not gonna choose you. And then on the home page, I really don't see before and after pictures, so definitely recommend this because like you're showing people your work. This is people, we're reviewing websites right now, but people literally go to the home page, the first page, that's where they spend, and this is your time to like persuade people. So you need to have before and after pictures. And after pictures, and I don't see that you have reviews on your website either. You need to have reviews. This is really your opportunity to have some social proof. So it's really important. People are gonna come to your website, and you want to sell them based off past customers, everybody that's talking good about your business. This is your opportunity to just basically show people that you're an expert in your field, you know what you're doing, you're the best renovation contractor in your area. And then maybe another thing I would say, maybe add some persuasive copywriting. Basically you're gonna tell them your process, like, okay, we do kitchen renovations in Sonoma County. We've been doing this for many years. We our process is very simple. You fill out this form, we'll in 24 hours we'll call you and we'll set an appointment. We're gonna ask you a couple of questions about understanding your situation, and this is your opportunity to persuade them that you to work with you. So a couple tips here and that I recommend. And all right, I think let's go to the next one. All right, so the next one is TK Construction in Liberty, New York. So this website business has a one-liner, but it says it's your home, have it done right. They have the one-liner. I would definitely suggest improving it. It could definitely be improved. Like I said, this is your opportunity to basically summarize in one sentence what your business does. So, they really need to shorten their message. Think about what they want. When people come to your website, you really have 3 to 4 seconds to determine, like, okay, they do kitchen renovations or they do bathroom renovations. so they quickly understand, okay, they could help me. That's like the main thing that you need to have in your one-liner. We call it a one-liner sentence. And when you really think about this one-liner sentence, the main objective in this is that when the person comes to read it, is they're really thinking about, so when people come to you, they have a problem. When most people come to you, they have a problem. So the problem might be is that they're, I don't know, every single day their wife is telling them, I hate this kitchen. This kitchen is the most ugliest. It looks old. The paint is falling. The cabinets are falling. I hate the dishwasher. The kitchen, like, it's just like every single day they walk in and they feel massive pain. So they're coming to you with pain. So you could literally put in your one-liner, we help you build your dream kitchen. And when they come to your website and they see that, they know instantly, okay, this person can help me resolve my problem. So the objective is, when you're writing a one-liner, is the person has to be like, okay, can this person solve my problem? And when they read that one-liner, instantly, yes, this contractor could help me solve my problem. All right, so let's see. All right, let's go to the next thing. Okay, so call to action. This person is good. They have a call to action. This is what we're looking for. Contact us today. This is very important because, like, okay, the one-liner, they already determined, yes, this is the contractor that understands my needs. They could help me solve my wife every single day screaming at me or whatever. Now, the next step is very simple. Contact us. Contact today. So I'm guessing this leads to a phone number where you could call them, and that process is a whole different, probably maybe for another video on how you're going to answer that customer. And very simply, you want to take them through a process where at this point, they're most likely a warm lead. So you need to do some selling. You need to make sure that you ask them a couple of qualifying questions, like maybe like what's your budget? How long have you been having this problem, or what is the problem? Why do you want to get your kitchen remodeled? Get like all this, gather information to better understand your customer, and then it's going to be easier once you gather all that information why they need to get that kitchen remodeled. Like, people don't just spend $5,000-$10,000 or $15,000 to remodel their kitchen just because they want to. Maybe some people do, or it's because they have a problem and they want to fix it. You know, when they have visitors, people like stare at your kitchen like that's a really ugly kitchen or whatever, and people feel embarrassed or stuff like that. So it's like, this is very important. All right, so one-liner, I would definitely recommend to fix it. You have a call to action, so good. Now let's keep going through this website. Okay, so now the important thing that I see here is copywriting. So copywriting is persuasive. This is important because you don't want to write like a whole paragraph. Like, your goal is to basically explain what you do in very short couple sentences. And I actually like this. Let's read it. From new construction to structural repairs and remodeling. So that's pretty, like, you quickly told them, okay, we do new construction, we could even fix little things, and we do some remodeling also. Now TK Construction has helped homeowners in Southern County based out of Liberty, New York. And there's some stuff that don't really, like, when you're writing copywriting, it's like all about the customer. Like, how can you pull them in? How can you persuade them? Like, okay, since 1985, okay, cool. Some people I've seen business like, oh, we do this. We've been in business for this amount of years. Like, honestly, it's really nice that you've been in that business for long, but most times customers don't care about that. They want to know how can you help them. So we fine tune capabilities, meet all structural needs. So there's some stuff here that like I would adjust because like honestly, what does that mean? You need to make your copywriting very simple for anybody to understand. So they should come to your website, like speak to me like a fifth grader. Simple words, nothing too crazy. We assist in draw up your dream home by designing a floor plan that fits your needs, lifestyle. Our team works assortment. Home builds includes log traditional homes. Yeah, so I mean, I would adjust a few things here, but overall it's okay. But copywriting is very important. Like, you don't want to make it so long that people don't read it, but you want to make it short enough, like 2 or 3 sentences, very powerful sentences, like we do this, we do that, and that. Basically showing that you're an expert in your field, we could help you. And okay, so construction services, remodeling services, remodeling and renovation. So I mean, personally, I would. What else? Let's see. So I would remove this from here. Like I told you, customers come to a business because they need help. It needs be about them. Like, cool, you've been in business for 35 years, but honestly, like, they don't really care about that. They want to know, how can you help me? And cool, you have a gallery. So there's a couple things that I see that that you're missing here that I would suggest. When you got reviews, so cool, you got pictures. So just my tip here is I would suggest, and I think you kind of have it. These kind of look similar, but I'm not really sure. But I would have before and after pictures. These are very powerful because you could show how it looked before, how it looks after you did the job, and like you could run ads on that. You could send that to your email list and show people like people like seeing that how stuff improved, how it looked before and how it looks now. And you're basically selling the service by itself, honestly. So those are really powerful. You want to have before and after pictures. I would say before every job, take a picture. Come to the job after and take a picture, and that's going to really help you a lot. And one thing I'd see that you're doing really good is also, have to have reviews. Need to have social proof. So good, you have reviews. People, let's read it real quick. We have been very satisfied with the work TK Construction has done for us. Tom and his team have always completed the job efficiently and timely. So I mean, that's really good. You need to have reviews on your website. And so right here, for a free estimate, so what we call that is your offer. So that's very important. You need to have an offer. That's why when I consult or make these videos, it's very important, and I always start with like, what is your service? Like, you need to have one. You have let's erase that. You need to have one main service. Like, you could have a lot of service if you want, if that works for you, but you need to have one main service because all this marketing stuff is gonna, help you. It's gonna be more consistent. It's gonna be easier. So I was telling you that this is the offer. And when you focus on one main service or product, it's going to be much easier for you to run advertising, run ads. Your SEO is going to be easier to write. Your website is going to be easier to write. All your marketing material is going to be much easier. So it's like when people have like a lot of services, we do this, we do that, we do that, we do that. It's like it has too much components. It gets too complicated. And like if you look at like Tesla, they have actually Amazon's a good example, because when they first started, the first thing that they focused on was selling books. And later on, when they made more money and more systems in place, they went to selling basically everything. But in the initial stages, you want to make it basically very simple, and simple as one service. And so going back to the offer, it's I recommend having this in the beginning of your copywriting, maybe even next to your one-liner, somewhere there, but somewhere in the beginning. You know why? Because like if your offer is like, we give you a free estimate. Like there's different types of offers. Like you could give them 10%, or free estimates, or we do a home in consultation. There's a lot of different things that you could offer them to like entice them to become a lead, to become a customer. And what you're offering to get them in is like that should be in the beginning, not at the end. So I mean, I would move that all the way to the beginning and have it very clear stated, like but okay, now let's go to another website. Okay, so here we have K&K Home Improvement. So let's look through it real quick. For at first glance, they have kind of like everything that we recommend, but I would first start with removing this. Let's get my pen. So I would start removing that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe put that over here, your logo or whatever. And then right here, gotta have your one-liner. You need to have your one-liner telling people what you do. Where is the service you provide? You need to have your call to action. So based on what I see here that they do home improvement. So this is where I really suggest, again, being very specific what you do. Home improvement, like, do you do roofing? Do you do kitchen renovations? Do you do basement renovations? Do you do plumbing? Like, that's like a whole wide of things. And typically, like I've said before, when, like, example, something breaks in my house, that's what I'm gonna Google search. So let's say, I remember that happened to me one time. We needed to replace our roof, so we Googled roofing services near me, but we didn't search home improvement. It was like more like something specific, a problem that we had. We Googled it, and then a whole list of companies popped up. And that's how you should really look at this when you're working on stuff like this. So, all right, I would adjust that, having a one-liner that's gonna like basically explain what your business does in one sentence. It could be simple as, we help homeowners with their kitchen renovations. The best contractors in Sullivan County. Now, let's see. Then your call of duty, a call to action. You need to decide: do you want them to call you? Do you want them to book an appointment? Like, what action do you want them to take? Now, let's see. They have some persuasive words, some copywriting here. I would probably adjust the red and white. I don't know. To my eyes, it looks a little too harsh, but that's a whole other topic. All right. We are locally owned, operated company that values integrity. So I mean, like, no one's gonna read that honestly. So I mean, I would remove that. You need to explain to them, sell your business in very short. So basically, this is telling me that they do everything, and you can make it work, but when you do everything, it gets complicated when you want to run Facebook ads, Google ads, like so I mean, especially when you're doing SEOs, like SEO doesn't like you being the trait of everything. You need to be very specific on services you provide. So that definitely needs work. You need something showing off your work. That's what I would suggest. Up here, your logo or whatever. I mean, you need to have a call to action. Remove that picture from there and add your logo up top. And then your projects. So this is good because this is where your pictures. You have pictures. The pictures look really nice. Completed work that you have done. So I mean, additionally, what you could do is also add your before / after pictures. That's gonna be very nice, showing people how it looked before and how it looks after. And I would even suggest in this picture right here, like, this is not even a complete job. I think so, right? I'm not sure if your company does the electric stuff, but before taking the picture, I would make sure to inspect it and make sure that before taking a picture everything is complete, because I mean, I saw this and I'm not a crazy contractor. I've done little things here and there. And I know that this definitely, I still see the wires coming out. This doesn't have the top that goes over that. So when you take your picture, you want to make sure that the job is complete, because people are going to be like, oh wait, he didn't cover that, he didn't do that. Like, people will be looking at that. That might turn them off, or might like, oh wait, they might be doing not good. I'm not saying that they don't do good work. I'm just saying they might think that. So you want to make sure that everything is presentable, finished, complete. And then when you do your before and after, you want to impress them. So you just want to be very careful on that. But overall, I like these pictures, really nice. Then here again, their main service. So a common thing I saw here is that they do like kitchen, bathroom. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, every contractor is going to have jobs that they get a lot. So for example, I've seen this a lot where contractors like do every single thing. They have a lot of services, whatever, but realistically, there's always really that one or two, even three services. I would say max 1 or 2, 3 services that they frequently get, or it's particular for that season. So like, why not just focus on that 1 or 2 jobs that you really like, that pays you the most money, and really focus on that, really niche down, learn that craft really good, or keep improving that niche, train your team, and now you don't have to teach everybody in your crew or your team every single whole bunch of services, like it just gets too complicated. So that would be my advice. So overall, some little improvements. They're doing some good things, some bad things, things that could be improved. And so, I mean, that's what I would suggest on this website. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so Dean Construction Home Improvement, 35 years of experience and services. Bring my marker. Alright, so let's just look at it real quick, get an idea or gist of what they're doing here. So this is their homepage. Okay, so honestly, this seems like a blog, so I'm not sure if they are a contractor or they're selling homes or they're writing blogs. Maybe they're a media company. I'm not really sure. Like, this is why it's very important you to have everything I just explained, having a one-liner, having a call to action, having persuasive copywriting, explaining what you do, what's your process from the beginning to the end. We do this. We're the best in this area. You know, this is your opportunity to sell yourself. Have some reviews, stuff like that. So their homepage is basically like a blog. So a blog has its place on your website. It's going to help you with your SEO. But on your home page, what you really want to have is everything I already mentioned here. And definitely needs work. I would really remove the blog from the home page. Have a different area of your website, and that by itself could slowly bring you customers. So a blog still important, maybe a video blog coming into the 21st century, or audio, but I'm not really sure what they're trying to do here. So they do have some nice pictures here that I see, and fall. I'm not sure if this is work they have completed, so so I think it's pictures that work they have completed. So I'm not sure if they have done the whole exterior or done just a